The moon hung high in the sky, casting an eerie glow over the desolate town of Ravenswood. This once thriving settlement now stood as a ghostly reminder of its former self, with abandoned buildings and empty streets. The only sign of life was the occasional flicker of candlelight in the windows of the old church on the hill. A group of strangers, each drawn to the town for reasons they couldn't fully explain, found themselves huddled together in the church. There was Sarah, a historian researching the town's mysterious past, Jake, a journalist chasing a story, Maria, a medium seeking to understand the spirits that haunted Ravenswood, and David, a former detective with a personal vendetta. Their leader, Father Gregory, had called them together. He was the town's last remaining priest, a man of strong faith and unshakable resolve. He believed that their combined skills could put an end to the curse that had befallen Ravenswood. Father Gregory began, "Thank you all for coming. Ravenswood's history is shrouded in darkness, and it's up to us to uncover the truth and lift the curse." As the group exchanged wary glances, a sudden gust of wind blew open the church doors. The temperature dropped, and the candles flickered violently. Sarah, clutching her research notes, spoke up, "We need to understand the origin of this curse. It dates back to the town's founding, when a coven of witches was said to have been executed here." Jake, always the skeptic, raised an eyebrow. "You really believe in that stuff? Witches and curses?" Maria, her eyes distant as if seeing something beyond the present, replied softly, "I've felt their presence. The spirits are restless. They're seeking something." David, whose every move hinted at a painful past, interjected, "Whether we believe or not, something is happening here. People have vanished, and the town is dying. We need to act." Father Gregory nodded. "Tonight, we will visit the old cemetery. It's said to be the center of the curse. Stay close and trust each other." As they left the safety of the church, the silence of the town was suffocating. The only sound was their footsteps crunching on the gravel path leading to the cemetery. The air grew thicker with every step, and a sense of dread settled over them. The cemetery gates creaked open, revealing rows of weathered tombstones. In the center stood an ancient oak tree, its gnarled branches reaching out like skeletal fingers. Beneath it, a stone altar marked the spot where the witches were said to have been executed. Maria approached the altar, her hands trembling. "This is where it happened. I can feel their pain." As she spoke, the ground beneath them began to tremble. The air grew colder, and whispers filled the night. The group huddled together, their flashlights casting eerie shadows. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the darkness. It was a woman, her eyes hollow and her face twisted in agony. She pointed to the altar and spoke in a voice that seemed to echo from another time, "Release us." Sarah, her voice steady despite her fear, asked, "How? How can we release you?" The ghostly woman raised her hand, revealing a blood-stained locket. "The locket holds our souls. Destroy it, and we will be free." Jake, always the pragmatist, stepped forward. "Where is the locket now?" The woman pointed towards the old manor at the edge of the cemetery. "In the house of our executioner." The group made their way to the manor, its looming structure a testament to the dark history of Ravenswood. Inside, the air was thick with decay. Cobwebs adorned the walls, and the floorboards creaked ominously. In the manor's parlor, they found a portrait of a stern-looking man. At his feet lay a small chest, covered in dust. David forced it open, revealing the blood-stained locket. As he lifted it, the house seemed to come alive. Shadows danced on the walls, and the temperature plummeted. The group knew they had to act quickly. Father Gregory took the locket and placed it on the floor. "Stand back," he warned. With a heavy heart, he raised a stone and brought it down on the locket, shattering it. A deafening scream filled the room, and a blinding light enveloped them. When the light faded, the house was silent. The oppressive atmosphere lifted, and the temperature returned to normal. The group looked at each other, relieved but exhausted. Back at the church, Father Gregory addressed them. "The curse is lifted. The spirits are at peace. Ravenswood can heal now." As the first rays of dawn broke over the horizon, the group knew they had formed an unbreakable bond. They had faced the darkness together and emerged victorious. Ravenswood would never forget the Silent Alliance that had saved it.